I choose lust over purpose. And I know a lot of y'all probably saying, why would you do that? Well, first off, let me explain what lust is. Lust is a longing, sexual desire that you feel just completely. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be anywhere, it could be any day, and you can be lusting. You know, you can be thinking about um, having intercourse with a girl. You could be thinking about watching a website. Like it's just a sexual desire. And to put my perspective of what purpose is God's intentional plan. To put it in a spiritual aspect, is God's intentional plan for you or for anything that goes on in the world. Now, what I mean when I say I choose lust over purpose is every day I go through something that kind of transform me from who I truly am. And that thing is lust. It's like I get in this mode where all I can think about is sex and watching disgusting websites and masturbating and all that. That's all I can think about. And when I get in that mode, bro, it kind of drives me away from purpose. And I choose that over my mission, you know, because probably for the past few months and genuinely ever since the start of this year, I figured out that YouTube was something that I wanted to do. It was something that I was confident in doing. It was something that I love. Me personally, I love to talk, bro. So when I hop on this camera and when I say my piece, when I say the things I go through, I get a relief from it. And I also know that I can be a valuable asset in terms of helping people. So that's why I love being on camera. And I looked at it as a purpose, you know what I'm saying? I looked at it as God wanted me to display my voice. So when I got caught up in the sexual desires, bro, it drove me away from that completely. Like, if y'all don't know, some of y'all knew, probably all of y'all knew, bro. Nobody know who I am. I'm still a short form. I'm still a person who growing on YouTube, but I took a month off. I took a month off YouTube simply for the fact that I was impulsive with my content. Everything that I was posting, it just felt like I gotta survive. I gotta survive, and that also played a part in me sinning. I was lusting every day. I was going through that, and if y'all don't know that lust mentally drains you, it drives you away from clarity. It gives you anxiety and so much more. But that kind of happened to me, so I decided, man, I'm gonna take a month off and I'm gonna figure some things out. But in all actuality, bro, I should have been recording my whole process of going through those things. But I feel like I learned a valuable lesson. But bro, when you in the heat of of lusting, bro, it's like it's not you. You know what I'm saying? I hope, and if a lot of y'all don't know, lust is a part of the seven deadly sins, and it's a terrible thing. And to even put it in further perspective, bro, um, for the past, I say for the past month, bro, I've been so deep in this trance. It's like for one day I'd be like, all right, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? I'm done. I'm done listening. I'm done masturbating. I'm done watching sites. I'm done chasing girls. I'm done even thinking about girls. But then I think when I hit like at least about 3 days, it's like it just, I don't know, bro. Something in me just, I don't know. It's just like I changed. I transformed into somebody who I know ain't me. Because, bro, the way I grew up, I wasn't destined to be, this type of person. Like, I never been that type of guy to uh, be around a lot of females and just to be so impulsive. Like, I always been a conversational guy, a casual guy. I love having conversations. I value connection over lust anyways. You know what I'm saying? I value connection over just having sexual intercourse off the bat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I entirely hate that. If a girl was to ask me, can we have SGX on the first night, I'm declining it. And, bro, for me to be 16, bro, I done did a lot of things that, I wish I shouldn't have done, but I learned a lot. So, due to the fact that I didn't grow up this way, it's like when I see it, when I'm aware of the things I'm doing, it gets crazy. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the worst part about it is when you're aware but you do it anyways. And at the end of the day, bro, you gotta sit down and you gotta see yourself. Like, you gonna have to look yourself in the mirror. And I mean literally, like, when you go in the bathroom and when you just walking past, like, you gonna have to look yourself in the mirror, bro. And when you look yourself in the mirror, you gonna think something like, you gonna think, damn, bro, why did I do all this stuff? And that's what I do every time. And I can think of so much, bro, why I'm in the same space that I am right now. First and foremost, bro, society pushes these things, especially now. I think we in a generation full of lust either way. I thank God that my form of lusting is, having sex with females every day, but it don't make it no better that I'm masturbating every day because I'm depleting myself. I'm pulling away from my masculine energy, especially as a young man. I don't think y'all understand that young men in general, we are in a bad spot. I think that's the biggest tool of the devil. He uses lust to persuade men, and when he gets you in that trap, and he knows like you weak minded and you can't escape. It's just another person he got, and so that ultimately messes everything up. Society, bro, they pushing this stuff. And then another thing, when a man is lost and he has misdirection in his life, he don't know his purpose. He more vulnerable to lust. You know what I'm saying? And not even just lust, but plenty of other sins, bro. He is vulnerable to so much things that society push that is not positive, bro. And truthfully, y'all know that society push a lot of things that's not positive, but yet we indulge in them anyways. You know what I'm saying? Like gluttony, y'all know that's a sin. You got a lot of encouragement towards wrath. That's rage and anger. Envy. You got people. You see people post something that you want on Instagram, and you get envious. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like it's all a trap to get us pitted against each other. And so when we in this mode, as I explained how I be, like, I promise y'all that do not be me. You know what I'm saying? And I know some of y'all can relate. I hope some of y'all can relate to what I'm saying, bro. Cause it's like you transform, bro. It's like one moment you thinking consciously, you doing stuff consciously, but then it's like a switch. You flip, and then you impulsively doing something, and you're not even genuinely thinking, bro. And then after you done, you have that crisis. You get the having that post-nut clarity that everybody talk about. You get to thinking like, why would I do that? You get to having anxiety. You don't want to interact with nobody. That's the worst thing ever. And when you just get in that part, bro, you clueless. And I'm clueless, bro. You know what I'm saying? The truth be told, I'm gonna be brutally honest with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I did something last night. You know, I did something impulsively. I let lust take over last night. And am I proud of it? No. And I know a lot of y'all probably saying or thinking, maybe not. But the way I talk right now, the way I'm energetic as I speak, it don't sound like, you know, I'm ashamed, but I felt that way, bro. I was in that moment where it was like, damn, why would I do this? And I've been in that moment for, you know, probably since the start of this year, bro. I have done semen retention before. I stopped for like a month, but then I ended up getting back on, and it was like ever since then, I've been in the loop, and I stopped probably when I was 15, bro. I stopped for a good little moment, but it ain't no fun when you in that trap, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think that's something that everybody go through, and to further put it in perspective of what I'm doing right now and what I'm currently learning, you know, just for all y'all who watching and who looking for some type of guidance, bro. I'm only telling y'all from my experience. This is what I'm learning. In order to strain away from all this lust and sinning and all that, bro, y'all gotta realize it's always gonna be here. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be aware that lusting is gonna always be here. Every sin is gonna always be here. All the bad habits is gonna still be here. But there are great habits too. There are things that was put on this earth for us to do that's great for us. You know what I'm saying? It's positive things. So instead of trying to run away from it and get it out your life, it's more so that you gotta implement more of the great things in your life, more of the positive habits, more of the great habits. You know what I'm saying? So instead of sitting around like one of my triggers, bro. Let me explain. One of my triggers before I'm about to make a lustful decision is I sit around. Like if I'm just sitting around, bro, most likely to think of something lustful. I'm most likely to have a lustful thought, and then I would end up watching porn. So something that I've been thinking and, you know, even about to start implementing in my life is instead of sitting around, always be active. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be just me moving physically, but, you know, instead doing something that's more that will get me closer to my goals, if y'all get what I'm saying. That's one of my triggers, you know what I'm saying? Just sitting still. Like my whole life, bro, I always been so like energetic, you know what I'm saying? As far as like being around people, I'm not really that type of guy, but when I say energetic, I mean like I always gotta be doing something. And so once I learned that, I figured out that instead of me just sitting there, I can be moving. You know what I'm saying? I can be recording a video. Like, and it's something that I love, bro. I think when I learned that I can monetize my whole life, that I can help people, you know what I'm saying? That I can be purposeful every second of the day. I think that I yearn for that, you know what I'm saying? That's a desire that I yearn for. Instead of sexual desire, bro, I yearn to be more purposeful and be able to be more valuable and help people. And also, I also learned that, as I said, bro, it's gonna always be here. You feel me? So, what else to do than do what's right? You know what I'm saying? What you know is right. And sometimes you don't know what's right, but eventually you'll end up finding out. If you really want to find out, you'll find out. I used to ain't believe that. Like, I used to then believe that if you want to do something, like if you genuinely want something and you want to do something, that you have to go through a process. Like I always thought that it don't work like that. Like, how do I explain this? Like, y'all know how somebody say, bro, if you want something, you gotta work hard for it. Like I hated the whole working hard thing because I'm a big person on words. Words mean a lot, you know what I'm saying? And when you think of hard working, bro, you think of somebody who at a job that's working hard, like, and not even just put shame on that, but I'm just saying, like, the whole aspect of doing something hard, it didn't, please me. So I was always like the whole working smart type of, you know what I'm saying, doing that. And so I do things like that, but I actually get it, you know what I'm saying? Even though I don't like the whole working hard thing, I still get it. It just basically means, bro, you gotta get to a point of working, you know what I'm saying, or doing something so much to the point where it just inevitably happens to you. You know, you end up getting what you want because you done put in so many hours, bro. Y'all know the whole 10,000 hour thing. You know what I'm saying? To master something. And, you know, I don't think I got to that point with YouTube, but it's still like I know I can get to that point because I'm choosing purpose over pleasure, you know what I'm saying? Or at least I'm trying. Because I don't gotta figure it all out, bro. You feel me? I don't even have this whole YouTube thing figured all out. I don't be knowing what I'm gonna say or what tone I wanna speak in. You know, some days it's like, is people gonna hear me out? You know what I'm saying? Even if I talk slow, like I don't be knowing, bro. You feel me? And it's like sometimes I don't be knowing if people gonna want to hear me out. And I genuinely don't even know if a lot of people didn't watch through the whole video. But hey, I said my piece, bro. You know what I'm saying? I said what I felt, and I think at the end of the day, that's all I needed to say. I think God led me to say what He wanted me to say. You know, in order to help somebody, at least one person, watch this video, and I appreciate you, bro. That's all that matters to me. If I can help, which I know I can, deep down, I'm gonna do that. So, hey man, instead of choosing lust over purpose, like I do, and that's something that I'm working on, choose purpose over lust. Don't try to erase it out your life, bro. Just replace it. You know what I'm saying? Do what's right. Do what you think is right. Do what you know is right. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, bro, we all got an intuition. We feel some intuition is not a false thing. You wouldn't feel it if it wasn't a possibility of it being real. So, hey, just replace it, bro. And that's just something that I learned. I'm not telling y'all. I'm not a teacher or none of that, bro. I'm not no type of, therapist or psychologist, bro. I'm just telling y'all what I learned as a 16-year-old man going through, heinous things. But either way, bro, I appreciate y'all watching, man. Peace out.